What's up, guys? Sean Zine, the connection machine, and also the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we bring on network marketers, affiliate, and multi-level, as well as token creators, because they also use some of the models and skills that are involved in this space. What I want you to understand, if you're listening to us on any of the verticals for the audio, as far as Spotify and Apple, etc., please give us a rating at the end. Give us 5 stars. Take a look at the description. Reach out to my guest. If you're watching on YouTube, please drop a comment, at least hashtag live if you're watching us live, hashtag replay on the replay, and where you're watching from. If you gain some value, drop a comment. Throw your favorite emojis, fire, bomb, whatever in the comments. Keep the algorithm going. And don't forget, subscribe and hit that share button. We want to help as many people as possible. Without further ado, I want to bring on a good friend of mine I just met recently on the network as far as TikTok. What's going on, Sammy? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Sean? Hey, thank you for having me on the show. Super excited to be here.
Yeah, man, this is a blast. I enjoy this because it's bringing value. It's authentic. We're not scripted, guys. We're going to give it to you for real. And we're going to go into some strategies, some tips, some trials and tribulations. And if you're watching, implement some of the stuff we talk about. And as always, I always ask, who are you, Sammy? And why did you get into network affiliate multi-level marketing?
Absolutely. My name is Sammy Pacyau. I'm living in Las Vegas, Nevada. Been here for about 20 years now. Originally from Honolulu, Hawaii, and a little known, an unknown fact about Las Vegas is they call Las Vegas the ninth island, since there's so many Hawaiians, Polynesians that live here, because living back home is just so expensive. And this and that. So, I've had friends that have moved here and done well. So I did the same 20 years ago. My whole family's here now. My mom and dad, they moved here maybe 5 or 6 years after me. Then my little sister followed. My older sister just moved here in October. And then my younger brother just moved here in March. So we're all here. All the Pacquiaos are here. And yes, it's pronounced Pacquiao, just like the boxer, Manny Pacquiao.
The boxer.
I am part Filipino, Hawaiian, and Korean. As far as being in affiliate marketing, network marketing, I've been doing it for a little while, 5 to 6 years, off and on. Sometimes I find something that connects with me, something that's cool. I run with it. I've made a lot of money with it. Some, not so much. But recently I've joined on with Save Club, and it's something new. The marketing and content are very similar to things that are already out there. I don't know if we are allowed to talk about names and this and that, like a Live Good, and along those kinds of lines. Same comp plan, same marketing plan. And what I saw with Save Club is when Live Good started, when did that start? I don't know, like 2012, or I'm not 100% sure when it started. People didn't think much about it, but the people with the vision got in. They got in right away. And those guys are doing well. I'm hearing 50 to 60,000 a month. And so with the same marketing plan, a different kind of product. We're not selling anything physical. It's a digital membership that allows you to save money and will pay you for sharing a link.
Don't go into too much. I want people to tell me. I want to have interest. Yeah. I definitely want you to get opportunity, but I don't want to give it away. I want to make sure they.
I got you. Totally. So
that's the key.
So I saw the same opportunity here with what Live Good had. So I'm here now. We're 2 months in, so it's still super early. There's we have 10,000 members and affiliates right now. So in the months to come, we could see this with the things that are coming with this company. We could see this grow to 1 million members in very, very short amount of time.
Definitely you're gonna reach out to Sammy to learn about this. But I want to get into when you first started. Was there a mentor that guided you on the right direction or the wrong direction? Can you talk about that?
When I first started, yeah, there was a lady that I followed. Uh, she's great. She's very knowledgeable in the business. She has a large following. The thing with the way that she works, she's very inspiring and very encouraging. Not really teaches you the way. Duplication was a little bit hard working with her. But she was great. She was great at talking and getting everybody motivated and hyped up. Just when it came to me and duplicating it and sharing it with my team, I'm not her. So it was hard for me to do what she did. And finding success with that other opportunity was a little bit harder than what I'm finding here. Yeah.
Now, with that, as far as duplication, a lot of people try to find that in the certain companies that they're involved in. Like you were saying, some of the upline don't have the information. They don't know what the product is or how to sell it to other people. You learn. You fail. You mess up. How are you using social media right now to get the word out? I know you do some TikTok. Talk about some TikTok, man.
Well, I see in the TikTok, the audience is very skeptical. In Facebook, and that's where I built first, because I've already built a network that already knows and trusts me. So if I come out with a new thing, they're coming. You know what I mean? They're coming. And so I started there, and I did pretty well. I built a pretty good team already. So now I transitioned over to TikTok. I have seen people doing things a certain way, and that doesn't grab my attention. Maybe it works for them. Maybe, and I see they get the views and they get the follows and the engagement. I feel like for me to go about doing it the way that they're doing it, it would be forced. It's not natural. So I've been doing it a little bit goofy. I'll grab your attention doing a stitch or something that grabbed my attention, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing, get a little curiosity, and then ask you to, if you're into, if you want to learn more about what I'm doing, comment info, and we'll take it from there.
No, it's definitely getting that engagement, getting people to take action. Sometimes it's difficult. I know a lot of times people think they're going to put a post out and they're going to get all this business. And how I use it, and how it's just a perfect example, is how me and Sammy met from TikTok. I sent him a message. We both checked out each other's profiles. We got to a phone call, and now we're into our providing.
And here we are.
That's how it should be, is building relationships. A lot of people are just all about selling. If you're selling, you're not going to do that great because you've got that commission breath. Now, let's talk about some failures, early on. What were some things you were doing back in the day that didn't work?
And that's probably what you were talking about. I was trying to sell. I was trying to sell more than build connections. Now I'm just kind of chill. I want to learn about you. I want to know about what you're doing. If you're open to taking a look, let's talk about it. If not, at least I made a new friend. Maybe later on, maybe you're not ready for it today, but maybe a week or month or so, you might be ready to take a look at it. But that's another thing I learned. I'm noticing about TikTok. Like, once you're getting into the DMs, once you're getting into the messenger, they slap you. They slap you with the sale already. I don't even know who you are. I saw one TikTok of yours. I don't even know who you are. I don't know what you're about. And these guys are coming straight for the sale. And a lot of them, it's because they're selling these high-end courses. Nothing wrong with high-end courses.
Right. Yes.
High-ticket courses. Nothing wrong with that. But these guys, they spent $500, $600, $700, $900 sometimes on a course. Now they need to make that money back. Now they're seeing all these other influencers making all this money because they have the audience. But you're starting from scratch. You have 200, 300 guys, and not all of them are looking for what you're doing. And now you're trying to make a sale, and it can be tough. It can be tough.
Yeah, the stress comes if you are one that's like, I love how Sammy has, he's the side hustle with his little TikTok, his handle. Some people have that commission breath I talked about earlier because they need to make that rent. They need to pay a bill. So they're, oh my God, I put out $900 or $300 or $1,000, but whatever. I have to get that money back. And that's why they're pushing first instead of just relax. It's
Relax.
going to come. The more that you put out, more free content, the more it's going to come back for you. If you're looking to make a sale, it's very difficult to do that. And like Sammy was saying, building that community up. What are some things you've done on Facebook that was able to build that little community that you currently have?
I'm really good. For me, what comes naturally is talking and connecting with people. I talk to everybody that sends me a friend request or whatever it is. Thanks for the follow, or I send them a little something, and just from there, you build community, and people know, like, and trust you, and that's my favorite part, is talking and getting to know people. Like you said, the sales will come. Like, I don't think I've ever kind of pushed a sale. I'll promote something, but because the people know me, my community knows me, and this and that, I'll be like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and they're like, I'm in. So building that like, know, and trust is, for anybody, should be very, very important.
It takes time. It's not immediate. It can happen. Every one of you don't have to have a huge following. Mm-hmm. It will take some time. You keep plugging away. You have to put out consistent content. And when you're doing that, you're buying brain cells. They're knowing, liking, and trusting you. And then when they're ready to pull the trigger, they're ready to move on to the next step of buying your product or service, then they will reach out, and you'll have that magic happen. Now, are there any tech gadgets, apps that you use to help streamline your business?
Let's see. I have used paid traffic in the past. It's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
With what's coming with Save Club very, very soon, I think that might be to where to go, because we're gonna have a free way for people to get started. Let's see. But other than that, not really. I just hop on, get in front of the camera, do something funny or whatever. I try to be me. I just go on and try to be me. I don't try to be forced. I don't try to read a script that somebody else wrote or this and that. It's just, what you see is what you get.
Are you using any Chat GPT at all?
Oh, a little bit. I'm not I don't know all the prompts. I'm not the strongest at it. Very, like, say if I see something posted on Facebook that I like, I'll throw it in Chat GPT and rewrite it. But as far as me coming up with a post or graphics or stuff like that, I'm not that strong with it.
There's I did a post this morning on Facebook that in 5 minutes I created 5 reels and shorts, an image post, and a text post, or a carousel a lot of people use. I just do a text and just let people read things, see things, and then also see and hear with that video. But in the Chat GPT, it's just a prompt that you can create a reel, a 60-second reel that has this topic, whatever topic you have, with all of I need a solid caption, viral tags, and a call to action.
Wow.
Boom. Hit it, and it spits out word for, give you all the topics that you can do. Or you can say, I need 30 days worth of topics on this business model or this topic, and it'll spit it out. So for me, it allows me to have content ideas like this. And I just sit there, I hit record, do my little intro, go into that reel or short, whatever I'm doing, and then stop, do the next one. and you could batch content so that you can do stuff when you're on vacation. People are like, do you ever go and stop doing what you're doing? No, I just batch content, so I just have enough to do and upload whenever I have that time and need it because I'm not around.
Very cool. You're gonna have to show me some of these prompts.
Yeah, because there's so many different technology apps out there like Blaze AI. There's LinkPod people should have. There's Opus Clip. There's a lot of that I'm involved in that free up a lot of time, so you can do more as far as what I'm doing right with us. We're collaborating. We're doing other content. It allows you to just open lots of doors. But I know a lot of people, what gets them going or what's difficult today is that personal development, a lot of rejection. And I think every business that is out there, everyone should get involved with online business like we are, because you have a lot of rejection. How do you deal with rejection from the beginning till now? Were you like taking it very personal? How were you when you first started compared to now?
Well, I might have took it a little hard because, again, you want that sale, you want that sign up, you want it. But now it's just, I'll talk to the next person. You know what I mean? It's like, you told me no, I'll talk to the next person. I'll talk to your friend, and then your friend will. And that's what I do a lot of times. And there's I don't know if there's an ethics code or this and that, but if I talk to you and you're not coming, I'm gonna go talk to your friend, and your friend might come, and then you're gonna go, you talked to my friend and he joined. Now it was like, well, I talked to you first, and you should have came along. So, but some people kind of get upset when that kind of things happen. But we're all our own person. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Some people get kind of butthurt about that, and some people get butthurt about that. But it is what it is.
Well, Sammy brought up something here as far as working through friends. If you go onto someone's post and if someone has a lot of engagement, I wouldn't message everyone, but I would friend request or follow, because then it's going to help you with, you hit that at highlight or at followers. These are going to start popping more because your content's going to be putting in front, or see first. You can actually.
Oh, I don't know that one. Yeah.
That's another one that you can actually find and set things. It's basically every time that if I put you see first, every time you post on Facebook, it'll show up on my feed first.
Okay.
And then I can comment, like, and share. And now you're like, damn, why does Sean always do that? He's always giving me all that love, because it's set up that way as well. But just like what we were able to collaborate on TikTok, you went live earlier. You let me know. I hopped on.
Yeah.
And it's this little helping each other, collaborating. It allows the algorithm to help. It allows you shouting me out, which I'm going to probably, maybe gain some followers just from a simple taking a few minutes out of my day to help a new friend get better online. And it's just, we're all working together. There's enough business for everybody, but people like to, keep everything in. Oh, it's a secret. Not everything's a secret. Everything we're doing, someone else has done it. We're just putting our own twist onto it.
Exactly. And I think that's another problem or thing that people think about. It's me. What can you do for me? It's not about me. It's what I can do for you. And it comes back, whether you guys want to help each other or not, it comes back around. And that's, I think that's what it's all about. You help each other, and good things happen.
Because I was talking after our TikTok thing, I got on a call and I was talking about, like, I'm not going to sell anybody on the first call. I'm not going to sell anybody on the second or third call, because I want to start building that trust. I want to build that friendship. And I always tell people, because people, like you were saying, people get into your DM and they're like, buy this, you got to take a look at this, but they just throw up on you. Like, dude, I don't even know you, like you mentioned earlier. And I always tell people, and a friend of mine, Matthew Victoria, in the mortgage business, is like, hey, you can give a person an apple and they can eat for one day. But if you give them an apple tree, they can eat for a couple weeks.
Sure.
But if you can find the apple orchards, that's where you can live a lifetime. And that's what we're looking for. Those that are online, find your orchards. Those are the builders that you're going to want. And it's that one person that you bring on your team that can change everything. But
Absolutely.
people, they quit so early. They stop so early because a lot of people just give up. They have the wrong expectations. And I'm here to tell you, the longer you stick it out, and it could be a year, it could be 2 years. But if you get your money back for whatever you bought into, whatever company you work with, if you get your money back, I think you did all right. Now you learn,
Yeah.
you build, and then the second year, see what happens. Get your money back. Oh, you make additional money. You're still winning. You're still in the green. Don't quit. Push through, because the longer you can stay, you're going to have lots of opportunities come your way.
Absolutely. 100%.
And with that, I want to go down as far as what drives Sammy. What is, Sammy doing these online business? What's driving you to go to, do the TikTok lives for hours, to put out content? What drives Sammy?
Well, my actual 9 to 5 is very physical. Well, it used to be. I recently changed departments, but when I was in doing what I was doing, I worked at a titanium plant here in Las Vegas. It took a toll. The work was very physical, and it just took a toll on my body. And one year I was 44 and I could do it all. Then something switched when I was 45, and now I feel it in my knees. I feel it in my hips. I feel it in my ankles. And now I may look pretty healthy. I feel pretty healthy, but my body feels like an 80-year-old. Like I can feel it. I can feel it. So it came to a point where, okay, do I want to do this job for another 20 years and beat myself up? Or can I go online and do something that's a lot easier on me, and I can make, if I work at it, if I spend time on it, can make me just as much without me busting my ass. And you see it. There's people online making a ton of money. I mean, I'm sure they put in the time and effort, and the hours into it to get to where they're at. But these guys are making a lot more money than what we are, and they're doing less. You know what I mean? So if they can do it, why not us? Why not me? Why not you? You know what I mean?
That definitely should drive many people. And I appreciate you being transparent. A lot of people, I tell people all the time, I'm a full-time teacher, and I've been teaching for 23 years, and people are like, well, why would you want to have another job? It's not a job. It's a business I'm developing, that you're developing, that many people are developing. If it's a job, quit those jobs. A business, you're leaving a legacy. And I try to find pockets of time to fit in podcasts, content videos, calls, emails, setting up, anything with your team. You find those pockets of time, and now you can turn that side hustle into your main hustle. Yes. And that's where it changed. And you're doing it on your terms. You could be on vacation. I like, and you hit the nail on the head. You went from like a very, rigorous type of employment to online, or at least like less impact on your body. That's what a lot of people want to change as far as trading time. You have to literally be somewhere and do something to get paid. With online, it's not that way. You work so hard over a period of time, you're planting seeds.
Right.
You get paid while you're sleeping.
Absolutely. 100%.
And it's something that, it's tough for some people to be motivated. Some people have to go to a job. They have to go to have an employer telling them what to do. With what we're doing, you have to learn skills. You have to keep practicing. That's the problem. Nobody wants to practice. That's why they quit. Mm-hmm. They think it's going to be easy. But in network, for example, or an affiliate, network, you're building a community. Affiliates, all you. You're just dropping that link. But you're building that community to understand you. That's something to consider as well. But it's important to be consistent.
Yes.
Talk about the days you don't. Have you had a day recently? You were like, you know what? I don't need to do, video. I don't need to do posting. Or can you talk about when that day was in the past? You were like, oh, I don't have to do this. I don't want to continue down this path. Did you have that moment?
Well, I wouldn't say I've had a day where I don't want to do this anymore. I'll have a lazy day. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to film today, or I don't have any ideas today, or something like that. And I'll just sometimes I just lay on the couch and just go through TikTok. I was like, there's nothing. I like nothing's sparking. Nothing is sparking today. But I'll have a lazy day, and I mean, again, we spend a lot of time doing this, and just sometimes you just want to take a day and be like, I'm tuning out. You know what I mean? I need a break from this and that. But most times when I'm in it, I'm having fun. Again, I like making new connections. I like talking to people. Whatever knowledge I know, and like I don't know it all. I know a little bit. I know a little bit with what works for me. And sometimes what I do might not work for you, and that's fine. But there are systems and there are ways to make duplication easy. But again, sometimes you just need to be different, and that's what I like to do. I like to be different, and again, it works for me. It might not work for you. Maybe your different is different. You know what I mean? So I just like to throw something out there and sticks. If it sticks, it works, and I just go with that.
Are you one that will be out at the supermarket and be like, hey, I like your I don't know, your sunglasses. Have you thought about having how do you afford that? You ever thought about having your own business online? Have you done like that in-person stuff, or a lot of the stuff is online marketing?
Oh yeah. Everything's been online, but with what I'm doing now, I think it will be an easy conversation to start. That I may start doing stuff outside. I may be talking to people outside. I'll show people my hat and stuff like that. We have. I don't have the shirt now, but we have shirts, and then start conversations that way. But yeah, I think with what I'm working with now with Save Club, it'll be an easy conversation. I might go out to a restaurant, and then I'll bust out my app and get some free food or a discount off a meal and this and that. And people might wonder, oh, what's that? Or what are you doing? And I was like, here, take my link, and now you can get some free food, or get a free oil change, or whatever it is. Save some money on shopping and stuff like that. So I think that's where it's headed.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to leave. I know we have a few minutes left, and a lot of times people watch podcasts or listen to them. But if you're watching the podcast, or if you're on Zoom calls, or if you're on a video call, guys, take a picture of what you're watching, and that's content. Be like, hey, I was just watching a podcast with Sean and Sammy. The value that I gained, I need you guys to take a look at it, and then you hit the share button on the YouTube channel, or go to the website and share the website. That's content. That's not doing anything, and you're also helping those that you want to connect with. So if you help them first, share their content, lots of opportunities will come your way. Any final thoughts, Sammy, for those that are watching?
Oh boy. Yeah. If this is something that you're looking to do, if you're trying to get out of your job, which I'm trying to not work in the next 2 years. Hopefully this is what I'll be doing full time, maybe sooner than that. But there's an easier way. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, get online, find something that you like, and just go all in. Because I mean, you can either do what you're doing for another 20, 30, 40 years, or you can get out of that in 2, 3, 5 years and do what you want to do. And that's what I want to do.
I think a lot of people would. And guys, definitely go to the description of this video, have a connection call with Sammy, and come back to this episode and say, I had an awesome call with him. And if you gained some value, or if you tried some of the things we talked about, drop a comment. That works, and it helps us tremendously, because we know what we're sharing works for us. Maybe it won't work for you, but it might work for you. And how can that change your life if you just tried something that we just shared with you today? So, Sammy, I want you to stick around for a moment. I thank you so much for being on the show. Everyone else, I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video, share the website. We want to help more people. And as always, I'm here to help, motivate, and inspire. Sammy, stick around. Everyone else, have an awesome rest of your day.